What is the issue? It seems to be a relatively new phenomenon. We're going to call it naughty boy syndrome. That's right, predominantly boys that are behaving in more naughty fashions than ever before. Got to be careful with this. Children are sinners just like the rest of us. They are born totally depraved, and yet it seems these days we are seeing an increase in behavior that is a little bit more extreme than it was back in the good old days. These are the kids that maybe you see in your church where you go, what is the matter with those parents? Why don't they get him under control? Why don't they discipline him more? Why don't they just love him more? And you see behavior that seems to be just a little bit more extreme. Or you see these kids in your child's classroom. They're constantly disrupting the other children, or they're getting sent to the principal's office, or they're getting sent to juvenile detention. It seems that there is something a little bit different out there with the behavior of many, predominantly but not exclusively, boys. Recently, I was in northern Wisconsin. I went there so you don't have to. I spent some time at a place with a million of my mosquito friends because I heard about a place where boys can go to receive counseling while going to school to work through issues. The name of that place was Victory Academy for Boys. You might want to write that down. Victory Academy for Boys, VAFB.org. Again, you might not need a place like this, but somebody in your church might. This is a place where kids, boys only, go to live for about 9 or 10 months. What type of boys go there? The children who are coming here, out of 100 kids, out of 100 children, how many of the children are adopted?
In the last 5 years, out of 100, if we're going to use a percentage.
Because it's easier math.
I'm trying to figure. Oh, it's easier. I'm going to say 60%.
Huge. That's huge.
And you consider the percentages compared to natural families.
Let me tell you why that makes sense, though, to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're Christians that are predominantly adopting.
Right.
This is a Christian school.
Correct.
Okay, so this makes a great deal of sense, and this is not psychology-based. This is not about psychiatry. This is about getting the kid saved and teaching the kid theology, how it applies to life, how to work through life issues from a biblical perspective. So it makes sense. I don't know if that's how high the numbers are at other places, but it makes a great deal of sense. 60% of the kids are adopted. Now, that means those people at church that have adopted children,
right,
and we all go, oh, they're so wonderful.
Right.
There's a pretty good chance they're having a tough time.
There are elements. I tell anyone that comes to me and asks advice about adoption, I say, it's a great thing. It's a blessing to be able to help a kid, but it will not be what you thought it was going to be.
Now, that is not something the church talks about.
But it's true. It's true.
Let's do statistics again. For 100 children adopted, now maybe you want to do foreign and domestic, and every situation is different.
True.
Okay.
True.
Out of 100 kids, how many of those children that are adopted have what we would call some challenges that require more than your average parenting?
I would say, I don't know a solid statistic on that. My experience would say 100%.
All of them?
All of them. Because every adopted kid comes with some kind of baggage. The way God set up the family with a mom and a dad and natural children, there is a bond, a unity that's there, that even though in an adopted situation, even if a kid is adopted at birth, when they find out, there's a struggle with identity that goes on to some degree. And even I have several parents, good Christian parents that I know that have adopted, that have done very well and have success stories. So it's not like everything's going to fall apart. I'm just saying that in every situation, you're dealing with specific issues in the heart of a child that the natural child doesn't have to deal with. And just like with a split family or blended family.
And big issues, hard issues and foundational issues.
Right, absolutely.
All right.
Being issues. Who am I?
It's a piece of cake to pass out our gospel DVD, The Biggest Question. See? But if you're afraid to do it, we've got teams all over college campuses around the country. Here you go. Passing out The Biggest Question. It's a perfect gospel presentation, but we need for you to pay for them. It's called The Biggest Project. Get involved. Find out more at Wretched, here you go, sir, .tv.